A mad dash fueled by desperation as thousands of people fought for an application to get on a waiting list for East Point Public Housing.
We sit up here trying to get some Section 8.
I don't have housing for my kids.
Some, like Jenny Clementi, have been waiting here since Sunday morning in the hot summer sun with no shade or shelter.
They should have let us know something, a time, when to be here. Some people been here since Sunday morning, Monday morning. It's ridiculous.
When the doors finally opened at 9 a.m., frustrations flared.
Stop getting in the line, people.
And police could barely contain the angry crowds.
Ain't no organization.
This was unorganized, completely unorganized.
When a riot nearly erupted, East Point officials dispersed the crowd, but that seemed to only multiply the problems.
They tried to take my paper application, and I really need this.
This woman was one of the lucky few to get her hands on the coveted piece of paper.
It means a lot, you know. If I can just pray over this here and get it processed and stay focused, do the right thing, maybe God will bless me.
Here is another bird's eye view taken about an hour ago from News Chopper 2. You can see the thousands upon thousands of people who were here. That crowd again is thinned out as most of the people have gotten their applications. The Housing Authority here in East Point told us they simply were not prepared for these crowds. The last time they did this was 2004, and they were not prepared to see this many people come out. In fact, they're telling people to not bring these applications to their office because of the crush of people they might expect. They're asking them now to mail them in by August 30th. We'll have more for you coming up in the next half hour, but for now, we are live in East Point, South Fulton County. I'm Mike Pachenik, Channel 2 Action News.
Okay, this is about Section 8 housing and how I believe it's destroying our black families. If you go back 50 years ago, before Section 8 started, go back 50 years ago before Section 8 started, 90% of black kids were born in a two-parent household. 90% of black kids were born in wedlock. If you look at today's statistics, after 50 years of Section 8, only 30% of black kids are born in wedlock. And only 30% of black kids are born in a two-parent household. Born and raised with a father in a household. And I think the reason why Section 8 has completely destroyed our black families is because when Section 8 first started, you had to be a single mother in order to get on Section 8. And a lot of women started purposely getting pregnant just to get on Section 8 and welfare. And this cycle of ignorance, is what's destroyed our black families. Because they feel they don't need a man in a household. They feel they don't have to have their kids in wedlock. So they just have baby after baby in order to get on Section 8 and welfare. And this is a cycle of ignorance that's destroyed our black families. This has completely divided our black families. That's why I think black people as a whole need to stop relying on the government. These government-ran programs are completely destroying our black families. We need to start being more self-sufficient and start being more independent and stop relying on the government. This baby mama, baby daddy bullshit has completely destroyed our black families. This is why there's so many single-parent black households throughout America. And this is a serious problem that we need to focus on in the black community. We need to find solutions in order to stop this problem. We need to stop relying on the government and these government-ran programs. Now, I saw a video of they were accepting applications for Section 8 housing, and all these, like 30,000 black people showed up, and they were fighting over the applications, and it was just a sad sight to see. It was just a really sad sight to see, and it just really bothers me that this is how low we've gotten as black people. This is how low it's gotten. To the point where you're seeing people fight over applications for Section 8. You got people bringing bringing their kids down to this. It's absolutely ridiculous. And I think this is a serious problem that needs to stop in the black community. We need to teach our kids better than this. We need fathers in the household, and we need 2-parent households. That's the only way we're going to better our black families. You got it. It's more black teenage boys that go to prison after 18 than they do go to college. There's more black men in prison than there is in college. And a lot of this has to do with being raised in a Section 8 government-ran program. Because these kids are being raised without any guidance. They're being raised without any morals and values. And this is a program that's designed to make black families fail, to make black people fail, to make black people rely on the government. And this is the reason why I think we need to start being more independent and stop relying on these government-ran programs. Now, like I said, it's like we don't really focus on this issue. A lot of black people are really ashamed to talk about this issue. I think we need to talk about this issue. We need to find solutions in order to stop this problem. We need to stop trying to ignore the issues in the black community. It's a lot of black people that don't want to talk about self-responsibility issues. But in order to stop the problem, we need to address the problem.